Ekabo, and welcome to another live stream of the Ijuba Otun History Friday Live. And before I begin, as usual, let me offer the Iba. Open the phone room. Olodumare Oba Jiki, Mojiloni, Momogun Neriaye, Iba Ila Orun, Iba Iwo Orun, Iba Ariwa, Iba Gusu, Iba Oba Egba Aye, Iba Orun Oke, Iba Baba, Iba Yeye, Iba Atiwo Orun, Iba She Igungun Kiki Igungun, Ibashe Ori Inu Ipori Atiwo Orun. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. All right. And today we actually have the last lesson on decolonizing the mind. And today the subject of decolonizing your mind is called Be the Leader You Are Meant to Be. So basically the lesson is yet another lesson on autonomy, but the title of it is Becoming the Leader You Were Meant to Be and Becoming a Role Model. All right, now here I have several points that I'm going to touch on in this lesson. The first one being, as the leader that you were meant to be, you do not make assumptions. All right? And by that, I would explain. This concept is taught in Ogbe Di or Ogbe Odi, where it speaks about conclusions from poor observations which would lead to obviously a calamity. So what Ogbe Di encourages is for persons to take their time to gather the facts, the relevant information from the relevant parties before they make any decisions, okay, to avoid being misled. All right. The second Odu that supports the idea of not making assumptions is Ura Miji, which advises that one must have a clear and analytic mind in approaching issues in order to avoid illusions. All right. The second point for any leader or aspirant to leadership to consider is setting standards. All right? If one has to be a leader, one has to be the example of love and of goodness. All right? Which in Ifa we teach in the form of Iwa Pili, which talks about having a balanced and a sober sense of judgment. All right, this concept is supported in A.G. Ogbe. All right, which let me go through this particular verse in A.G. Ogbe very quickly. The verse says that we should never grasp at the rope. We should never approach life hastily. We should never grasp at the rope of wealth impatiently. Things that require judgment, we should take our time in dealing with them. And we should not enter into hasty, immature judgment. A.G. Ogbe also says that when we arrive at a cool place, we should rest fully. It says we should give consideration to the future, and it also teaches we must give consideration to the consequences of our actions or of things. And the last part of that particular essay in A.G. Ogbe, it says, and this because of our eventual passing. Now that particular verse, that particular part of the verse tells us that what we do, the standards we set, is important because it would affect the generations that come after us. So eventually when we leave, the very little splash that we made is going to have a rippling effect on all of the generations after us. Hence, A.G. Ogbe emphasizes the importance of setting good examples and exhibiting the good character of Iwa Pili. Another verse that emphasizes on the setting the right standards is Ogbe Alara or Ogbe Obara, which speaks about a person's conduct, right? Or your personal conduct, all right? And it encourages, of course, that we conduct ourselves in a way that is becoming and that we should always be good examples. All right, the third point here is that you need to get people to buy into your vision in order to have success. All right, which means as the person in front, as the leader, as the example, you must share your vision with those around you so that you all would be in one mind, be in one spirit, and that you could move along smoothly towards the progress that is needed for your group, for the community, for the nation, for the country, for the region. All right, and the verses that support this, of course, A.G. Ogbe again, which speaks about spreading a light and having this great vision for life, right? Ura Miji also speaks on the source of mysticism or mystic vision and communication. So not only must you have this mystic vision, but you must be able to communicate it well in order so that other people understand and that they can support a vision that would benefit everyone. All right. The fourth thing, right, that I'm going to discuss now is making regular checkups. All right. This kind of sounds like if you're a doctor, but no, that's not in the true sense what it speaks of. When it talks about making regular checkups, it's talking about evaluating performance, whether it be your own, whether it be the organization, or whether it be the individuals in your group or community.